So Democratic partisan hacks are still deflecting blame and rationalizing Hillary Clinton's loss in the general election. Let me show you a tweet here. This is from a guy named Brent Staples from the New York Times. He writes, "The fraudulent claim that Clinton spurned the white working class is an attempt to explain away white nationalism." Yeah, there's a link to an Atlantic piece there, and the title of that piece is "The Dangerous Myth That Hillary Clinton Ignored the Working Class." Based off the arguments that partisan Democrats are making, they're in trouble. The Democratic Party is in trouble because they didn't learn the lesson. Even with Hillary Clinton losing, they didn't learn the lesson. Everything they're doing is a rationalization, a deflection. It's an attempt to scapegoat for her bad candidacy. And now they've stooped as low as to say it's a myth that Hillary Clinton ignored the working class. Okay, why not test it? Why not go speak to the people who were former Obama voters who flipped to Donald Trump in the Rust Belt? And these are the exact people in what was supposed to be the Democratic firewall who would win the election for her. But the Democratic firewall fell. Why? Because those former Obama voters and depressed former factory towns, they said, I like Trump better than Hillary Clinton. Go ahead, do an analysis. Find out how many times Donald Trump referenced TPP on the campaign trail to rail against it versus how many times Hillary Clinton referenced TPP to rail against it. I'm going to guess that Donald Trump did it a hell of a lot more because he did. Hillary pushed for it 45 times, and then only when Bernie Sanders pushed her to the left, trying to help her, if anything, that's when she tepidly came out, I guess I'm against it, but never brought it up on the campaign trail, never railed against it. She had called it the gold standard in trade deals. So you have a candidate who supported TPP. The voters knew that. You have a candidate who supported NAFTA. Supported the Colombia Free Trade Agreement, as she had previously said, I'm against this deal. This deal's bad for workers. Is nobody looking? Now I'm in favor of the deal. Shock, shock, after she had taken money from a bank that was involved in the deal. Wow, so shocked that Hillary Clinton's involved in corruption like that. So for the Colombia Free Trade Deal, for NAFTA, for TPP, I mean, on that alone, the working class who have factory jobs in the Rust Belt, they're going to say, fuck you, you left us behind. And that's exactly what they said. But there's no acceptance of these basic facts from these hacks. They go, oh, she didn't abandon the working class. She didn't abandon the working class. How about that $675,000 that she took from Goldman Sachs and then refused to release the transcript? How about that? She gave 2 speeches and they gave her $675,000. You think they're doing that because they want to hear her thoughts on abortion policy? No, they're buying favoritism for if/when Hillary Clinton would have gotten elected. In their minds, it was a sure thing. Give her some money now and then she'll take our phone call later and she'll give us a corporate welfare check. She'll give us a subsidy. And in the process, screw over working people. Have a government of, by, and for the rich. Hillary Clinton was caught in the fucking WikiLeaks. We learned, she said, yeah, I like to hold a public position and a private position. And these people are like, no, she didn't abandon the working class. I don't know what you mean, guys. The Clintons have raised over $3 billion in their careers. When you take, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, put it all together, all the money they've raised for their various super PACs, for their campaigns, for right into their wallets from speeches they gave for the Clinton Foundation, over $3 billion. If you look at that and you go, nothing to see here, this is fine, nothing wrong, you're just naive, ignorant, or stupid. Like, I want to help you out, but how do you not see that? Any human being, it's a basic incentive structure problem. It's human nature. Any human being who's going to raise that much money from special interests, they're going to look out for those special interests. They're not given the money. It's not like these big corporations and these Wall Street firms are given the money simply because they like her smile or they like, random policy positions that she has that does not affect their bottom line. They're designed to give a fuck about their bottom line. So she supported the free trade deal. She also supported deregulation of Wall Street. I mean, it was Bill Clinton who signed the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, which repealed Glass-Steagall. So, but now what are they doing? They've stooped so fucking low that they're now accusing you of explaining away white nationalism by arguing the fact that Hillary abandoned the white working class. By the way, she didn't just abandon the white working class. She abandoned the working class, minorities included. But they say the fact that you would argue that she abandoned the white working class in the Rust Belt which was the Democratic firewall that fell, the fact that you would even acknowledge the basic fact that she abandoned the white working class and that lost her the election, well, that means that you're trying to explain away white nationalism. You got it, man. You nailed it. My fucking opposition to NAFTA and the TPP and permanent normal trade relations with China and deregulation and close ties with Wall Street, my objection to that is all based on the fact that I'm a stealth white nationalist. Go fuck yourself. They're not even trying. It's like they're not even trying to get to the truth of the situation. They gave up on that. So now their goal is just smear everybody who didn't exactly agree with their preposterous line of argument that Hillary Clinton is a true progressive. So you run a centrist, corporatist establishment hack. She loses because she's a centrist, corporatist establishment hack. And their conclusion is she's not a centrist, corporatist establishment hack. She was a true progressive. And by you pointing out that she is what she is, a centrist, corporatist establishment hack, you're doing stealth white nationalism, and you're trying to explain away white nationalism. No, pretty sure you're trying to explain away centrist, corporatist establishment hacks.